Hey, this is Stefan with Benevolent Brand. I'm here with my former teammate at the Twin City Thunder, Cullen McCormick, out of Alaska. I asked him a week or two ago if he wanted to join and do something like this. I know I did it one last week with my other friend Mason. I just wanted to kind of do a similar style of connecting. I just wanted to have him share his story, anything he's learned, anything he's overcame, any obstacles he's overcoming at the moment, and just kind of talk about himself and anything he'd like to share, hockey, faith-wise, whatever it may be. So let's hear it, Colin.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for having me on. The second guest, I feel very honored for this. I think when you came to our team, you definitely brought a very godly presence to our team, and we could see that in you. And, it was very nice to have you on the team because it was another person I could connect with. And, kind of as kind of a united front, you could say, we were able to, help nudge, you could say, some of our teammates in the right direction. And it'd start off with just me and you going to church, and then some weeks it'd jump up to seven. And then I think the most we had one time was like 14 or 15. But the we were getting more people to the Word of God, and we were getting more people to kind of um, just branch out and really experience different things, which I thought was amazing.
That was, yeah, to be honest, probably one of my f most fun teams I played with juniors. And Colin, in terms of your faith, I know you have a Catholic background similar to me, but
Mhm.
have you always been had that kind of connection, or like was it more recently, maybe like when you were away from home? Like, when do you
Yeah,
think you had that maybe switch?
so for me, I was, baptized, Catholic, everything like that. So, we always had church school growing up throughout elementary, so it was always with me. And, I always took it, seriously. But I think right around when I was getting confirmed, I decided to take it to another level where I think kind of when I started getting confirmed, I started praying more consistently. And then when I left for hockey, which was a couple years after, that's when God kind of pushed me to start reading the Word more. So I started actually diving into the book and learning a lot more instead of just praying, which is good. Start your day with that, end your day with that. But I am getting better at taking time out of my day to specifically just read the Word of the Lord.
Yeah, for me, I don't know if it was similar to you. It kind of sounds like it was, but I think yeah, I was baptized, I was confirmed, but for me, I feel once the years that I started living away from home and kind of maybe having that moment, like when you have that experience of living on your own, that's where I think I was able to help take my faith to another level and kind
Mm-hmm.
of reach out personally and connect more with people that I wasn't originally around, like teammates from all across the country and world, right? Like you being from Alaska, me being from Chicago,
Yeah.
like being able to connect with those kind of people and maybe just having a little bit more kind of independent mindset with my faith too. I feel like living away from
Yeah.
home, that's given me the opportunity to grow in that way. What about for
Mm-hmm.
you, Colin? How do you use, what is your faith to you and how has it
So,
helped you?
so for me, I can take this past year for an example. Yeah, we had a good, fun junior team, but obviously we didn't perform the way we were expected to or the way we wanted to. And being the captain, I feel like I put some extra stress on myself, which I probably shouldn't have. But that's when I really learned I had to lean into the Lord and lean into that. And so I feel like that, really elevated my faith. And I think it was also a learning lesson for me because for the past, I mean, I left Alaska early my sophomore year to go leave and play hockey. And it was always consistently hockey, hockey, hockey. Even in the summers, it was hockey, hockey, hockey. And so I think at some point I put hockey above God. And so I think this past year was a really kind of more of an awakening for me that where it's like if I if I define myself as a hockey player and I break my leg, I can't do that anymore. Whereas now I want to define myself as a son of God. And if I break my leg and I don't get to play hockey anymore, it's not the end of the world because I'm not defining myself as a hockey player. I'm defining myself as a son of God, and that's something that can't be taken away. So I'm still battling with that just because it has been hockey, hockey, hockey all the time. And I'm just really trying to put him above that and get going in the right direction.
I don't think you could have said that any better. That was
Hmm.
that was well said, and I agree. In terms of, and I actually just learned this when I went to mass yesterday too, kind of a similar thing to what you were saying. It's kind of like, what do you feed on, right? If you feed
Hmm.
on like material things, right, or all this, or do you feed on the eternal living bread of Jesus? And that kind of is the center for what you hunger for, right? And just having that kind of, it's tough because everyone's, even when you have faith, you still experience challenges and all that. It's not like it takes away anything, but it's more of a grounding, a
Hmm.
centering, knowing no matter what happens, you're still a child of God and you still have that belief and that foundation, I would say, you know.
Yeah. And kind of with that grounding in a sense, I feel like um, there's a lot of people when you tell them you're Catholic, or, I feel like for Mormons this happens too, because I was just talking to one of my buddies the other day, and he was just saying when you tell people, oh, you're Catholic, oh, you're Mormon, oh, you're Christian, it's like, oh, you have a bunch of rules you have to follow. And it's some people think of it as the Ten Commandments or the rules and sins as it's a funnel that kind of goes down, and then it's like this, where in reality, um, that's just not the case. It's actually the opposite, and it's more if you flip the funnel over, it's kind of skinny through here and then it expands out. If you follow those rules, it's going to be tough in the beginning, but after that little part, it really expands and you get more freedom and you learn a lot. You get to meet a lot of cool people, and I feel like sometimes it's taken as, um, it's just super, I don't think strict is the right word, but super hard. And that's just really not the case. God's our father and he's just trying to teach us and give us the right direction on kind of how to live.
Yeah, and I think is sometimes I think we all can maybe as a like culture can get caught up too, and maybe the denominations and not so much as like the overall message between
Mhm.
like just overall Christianity, but like Lutheranism, Catholicism, anything like that, where it's just leaning on just the. I feel like what in terms of just what Jesus calls us to do, right? It's more if you have a base of like accepting Him and following Him and loving Him, then the rest kind of takes care of itself, and
Yeah. No, I agree with
not
that.
yeah, and just kind of I would say yeah, in terms of just trying to build. That's also the point of what I'm trying to do is just trying to build a community, right? And just similar kind of morals, concepts, beliefs, and having the foundation as putting Jesus first and just
Mhm.
trusting and all. Why don't you tell us more about what are your plans for school and all that?
Yeah, so recently, after the tough year, as I mentioned before, I was kind of burnt out with hockey, you could say. And so I was like, I don't think I should be playing hockey anymore. I think God was telling me you shouldn't be doing this anymore. And I slowly realized with my parents' help, it wasn't really God saying you shouldn't do this anymore, but more saying you need to enjoy this, but not be putting it above me. Where it's like as a hobby, I can be putting it first, but as a way of life, I cannot be putting it first, if that makes sense. And so I recently committed to the University of Niagara, and which I'm super excited about. I felt bad a little bit for my coach because I went there and, I was, like I said, I was just done with hockey. I was like, all right, I went on this road trip from Maine all the way to Colorado to see my sister, and they're on the way. And I was like, all right, I'll stop by. This guy is putting a lot of effort for me. The least I can do is put in some effort for him. And so I stopped by, and he was just amazing to me. I met some of the guys on the team, and they were amazing. But I just, at that time, I was like, I don't think this is for me. But slowly, about a month later, I was like, this school is for me. It's a Catholic school, and they have a very nice parish on church, but they have a lot of opportunity to help with the community and help with the church, whether that's helping at mass or doing other things around. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it's kind of right next to Canada. So a lot of our team is from Canada. We have a couple American guys, but I head there, I want to say like the 19th. And then we got a small little training camp for classes and school kicks or classes and the season kicks off. So I'm super excited for that.
I'm excited. Yeah, just thanks again, Colin, for joining. We'll probably pause it here soon. And
Hmm.
thank you for doing it. You're definitely grateful to have you in my life. Been there for me. I feel like it's been nice for sure, being able to
Hmm.
connect. And yeah, thanks for listening, and more to come from Benevolent Brand.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. And like I said, you're doing great things here. It's just going to take time.
It's life. It's all working out, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thanks, Colin. Talk to you later.
Yep. Thank you.